Hey everyone, welcome to my What is Coaching and Is This Something That I Can Do event tonight. So I'm really excited to bring this to you because since being a Beachbody coach and more as I've gotten into the process, I'm really come to love the business side of this. The fitness and health will still always be in me, and it's really what brought me to the business to begin with. But I'm really enjoying the process of teaching people the business more and helping them to build an income while helping other people. So I have a little PowerPoint presentation that we'll walk through as I'm talking. So I'm going to screen share here for you, my desktop. Okay, and slideshow. I don't know if I did this right. Okay, so here is our first slide. These are a lot of the coaches from our team. We just recently got back from our annual coach summit, and so a lot of the people that are on these pictures are from Summit or from our local area Super Saturdays. Now, our coaching team is spread out across the Northern America, actually, both the United States and Canada. So these are only a fraction of the people that are on our team, but it's pretty awesome to see that you're not alone in this journey if this is something you decide to embark on later on. So this is me, your host. I am the founder for our team, the Fitplicit Squad. I am currently a diamond coach, soon to be star diamond coach. We are a top 2,000 team out of over 500,000 teams. We're growing very fast, and we're shooting for elite, which is something that you don't need to concern yourself with at this moment, just getting into the business, but it is something that our team is shooting for by the end of the year. So a little bit about me. I am a wife, a mom of 3. I have a son and 2 daughters ranging from 15 to 7, and I have 4 fur babies, I like to call them. A kitten who's very rambunctious, and if you hear me randomly say ow, it's because she's attacking me. And I also have 3 dogs. We are extra large breed lovers, and so we have a Great Dane, a St. Bernard, and an English Bulldog. I have become what I like to call myself a mompreneur. I have built a business for myself to help supplement our income for our family, and I was able to walk away from my previous job, which was medical transcription, through building a business in this way that we'll talk about in a little bit. I used to be 206 pounds. You can see the picture on the left. And I was a binge eater at that time. That is something that is very hard to overcome. But using the portion control system that Beachbody has with the 21-day fix, it's really allowed me to kind of get my eating back in track and really get myself in check, if that makes any sense. For whatever reason, those little colored containers work for me. And even though I'm doing a different program right now, which is called Body Beast, it's a weightlifting program, and the food plan is completely different than what I've been used to for a while now, I have managed to figure out how to use it like a color-coded system to make my brain work for it. So I'm very excited. And don't get me wrong, every once in a while, those binge eating little things in your head kind of come back, but I'm happy to say that I really have not been binge eating like I was in the picture on the left for over 2 years. So I believe in healing our bodies all naturally. We do not use medicine in our house unless it is absolutely necessary. My children will tell you if they have a headache, we tell them to drink water. If they have a sore throat or a cough, they get honey. So my husband likes to call it my hippie shit, but that is what I believe in. And even him being a nurse, he actually promotes us not using a lot of medications either. So he's kind of jumped on my all natural health wagon, and we'll talk a little bit more about it as well. But with the use of Shakeology, which is 100% all natural, it helps heal us from the inside out. And I truly wholeheartedly believe in that. I've been able to cure some of my own issues with stomach problems, as well as I've had a lot of acne issues, and I finally am starting to see that the hard work I've been doing is starting to pay off in an all-natural route. I'm very driven and hardworking. I have a passion for helping people, whether it be your health and fitness, building a business, or just in general. I am the type of person who, if you have a problem, I will take the shirt off my back and give it to you, and without any questions asked. I often give people money that I probably shouldn't. I get yelled at all the time for giving those panhandlers on the side of the road money, but I always feel that there's more out there to get, so why not help somebody out even if they may not need it? I've always had this idea that I was destined for more. Ever since I was younger, but unfortunately some things happen in your life, and then all of a sudden you find yourself not where you want to be. So I am a big dreamer. I never give up on anything, and I am a chronic cursor, which means I have a very bad potty mouth. So I'll talk a little bit about my journey because you see my picture here. I first started with Beachbody in September of, well, it's even before September of 2013, but that's really when I decided to go all in. Previous to that, we had owned Insanity, and I believe my husband, he owned P90X for a really long time. And I had seen an Insanity infomercial after I had my daughter, who is now 7, going to be 8. And I had seen it on TV, and I was like, oh, we can do this program at home. That's super cool. So we got it. After like a few days, I thought I was going to die. And then I kind of really didn't do it because she was a baby. And I let all those excuses kick in. And before I knew it, within the matter of like 3 or 4 years, I had put on a ton of weight. Now, when I was previous to having my youngest, I was very tiny. I was 115 pounds before I ever had our son, who is now 15. And so I was tiny my whole entire life. And even up until I had our last daughter, I was small. And I don't know the weight because I've never been obsessed with my weight. So I have no idea how much I actually weighed before I had her. But all of a sudden, after I had her, I don't know if it was my age, the fact that I had a 3rd kid living out in the middle of nowhere. I just quit smoking. I also quit working outside of the home, and all of these, maybe it was a culmination of all of these things, but all of a sudden I found myself extremely heavy. I was extremely unhappy and depressed. And when we lived out in the middle of nowhere at the time, we had no friends and family close to us. And so it was very depressing on top of being overweight. And then we were struggling financially. And so it was always like, that's when my binge eating started, because it was, the one thing that would make me feel good. And so after a while of doing all of that nonsense, and we moved back to civilization, I like to call it, but where we were from, which is Cheektowaga, New York, and we moved back there. We bought a house finally, and my husband became an LPN, and things started to turn around for us. So we bought a house, and all of a sudden he wanted to join the volunteer fire department, and I'm all for supporting whatever he wants to do. But then I started to realize, like, oh shit, I'm going to have to be around other people. It's not like out in the country where I could hide in my house and never have to leave or see people very often. We were going to have to see people all the time. The volunteer fire department he's in is very social. And so all of a sudden I was like, I didn't want to go to things because I was ashamed of myself and what I had become because I was always so tiny. And it really started to play a mental game on me. Then fast forward just a few months, and my son, we had noticed a ton of wrappers in his room. They were hidden all over the place. And it was kind of like a light bulb had gone off that I did that to him because I was obsessed with hiding my food. I was a binge eater. And so that, with having to be more social, and then a few months after finding, some of the wrappers in my son's room, it was a lot of wrappers. I went to my daughter's school to register my youngest for kindergarten, and my oldest daughter had seen me at the school, and later on that day came home and told me that her friends thought I was fat and ugly. And now my middle one is very much my personality twin, tell it like it is. But I also feel that before anybody wants to like condemn her to hell because she's such a bad person, that she was young. She didn't really know how to handle her concern for me. And so her way of doing that was by just telling me like it was. And it honestly was. I was ugly and I was fat. I had a very ugly heart because I was so depressed and in this bubble of mine. And so all of these things, my mom wanted to start getting me healthy. So we started walking and all of these things, and nothing was working though. Honestly, I was not changing my eating habits. I was just incorporating a tiny bit of exercise here or there. So in September of 2013, I decided to give Insanity a go again. I had gotten a group of friends of ours that we had then made from the fire hall to try to do it with me. We were moving shit out of my living room. Like legitimately, there was nothing in my living room. We would move couches, coffee tables, everything out, and we would play the DVD. And I'd have anywhere from me and myself to, I believe one day we had like 6 or 7 people in my living room when we were all doing Insanity. Now I have a tiny house of like 1,100 square feet, so that was a show for sure. But all of a sudden, the support of having these people with me doing this and, I started to see results and things were changing for me. And I really liked how I was feeling. And my coach had found me on Facebook through Shaun T's page. And I had been talking to her for a while, and I had seen that she was a coach, and I thought like, hey, that's pretty cool. Nonchalantly, she had mentioned to me one day because I was doing this stuff in my living room, like, hey, you're basically doing what I do as a coach. Would you ever be interested in giving it a try? And so I thought about it, and I knew that she had Shakeology, and that was something that she sold. And while I loved the programs, I wasn't too sure about this whole Shakeology thing. I never really looked into the products. I was not as educated as I am now about clean eating, and I didn't understand the concept behind it. After a little bit of explaining and a few samples later, and me wanting to hate it, but then falling in love with it, I decided to sign up to be a coach for the discount a month later after starting Insanity. So in October of 2013, I decided to be a coach. I only wanted to be a coach for the discount. I was a money pinching mama. At the time, I did not have the money to sign up to be a coach. I actually was like, how can I make this happen? So I sold a lot of my kids' old clothes in order to be a coach, to get the money to be a coach and to get Shakeology. And once I started using it, I started to see that I was saving some money. I had been posting about my journey from day one. I am super outgoing, and I will tell anybody anything. I will talk to you about anything you want to talk about. I love people. And so I had been sharing my journey even back whenever I first started up with Facebook. I'm sure I have posts from when I started and failed Insanity a million times. Actually, on TimeHop, I have proof every year that when the dates come around. So I've always been very vocal about my journey, and I figured, hey, if I can help a person here or there, that's cool, whatever. But I really didn't want to work the business. I didn't understand the business. And so my coach put me in her team page, and I started to hear all these people that were quitting their jobs, leaving their corporate America jobs, people that were earning 6 figures a year, people that were millionaires from this company. And I was like, well, that's cool, but I'll never be one of those people. Good for them. They have to be lucky, whatever. Like, I'm just going to collect my discount and maybe help a person here or there in the process. And all of a sudden, I found myself a few months after signing up to be a coach, losing some work that I had. Now, previous to Beachbody Coaching, I was a medical transcriptionist for about 10 or 11 years. And I did that as an independent contractor on my own from my house. And so I had been doing that for a while, and all of a sudden my workload was decreasing and decreasing and decreasing. And before I knew it, I had like 3/4 of my income was gone, and I was curious about what was going on. So I called the owner of the companies that I had a contract with, and I talked to him about it. And they lost one of their biggest clients, and they never told me. They just let it go because they didn't want to lose me as a typist for the work that they still had. And so I was kind of sitting there like, first of all, what the hell? Why are you not going to tell people that you lost this big contract? Because I could have maybe found other work or something else. And so all of a sudden we were stuck in this jam of, well, what are we going to do now? Because I had lost 3/4 of my income. All of a sudden we're facing foreclosure because it happens fast. And we also had made plans a year before that to go on a trip with our friends from the fire hall to Myrtle Beach. And so I had all of these things coming up, and I was freaking out because I'm like, we lost all of this money. I'm having to all of a sudden buy groceries for a growing family of 5, for less than $100 a week. And I was, you feel like you're in this downward spiral and there's no way out. And so my options at that time were find a crappy part-time job where you're making minimum wage, or even a full-time job making minimum wage, which really isn't worth it. Go work at 7-Eleven, go find a clerical job where maybe you're making a little bit more than minimum wage, or go back to college. And at the time, my family was still younger, and our whole entire life had been, planned out around me working from home. And so really none of those options seemed like good ones to me because, we only owned one car. So all of a sudden we have to throw an extra car in the mix. And then I worked from home for, at that time, 8 years. And so I didn't own any fancy clothes to go work in an office. And I did have previous office experience, but not enough, especially after being home for 10 years, people look at that stuff. And so there was just a ton of reasons why nothing else was going to work for our family. And after I had seen all these other people doing these things, I figured maybe I could dig into this business and see what happens. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Maybe I'll help a few people, inspire a few people in the process. that'd be great, because I felt amazing by adding these small changes in all the time. You know, my different food stuff I was changing all the time, adding the exercise. So I figured, why not give it a go? And within a few months, I was able to dig us out of foreclosure. We were able to go on that family trip that we had planned with our friends. And I had rank advanced my business. And all of a sudden I found that, you know, I was able to make a, you know, decent amount of money doing this, just helping other people get healthy and fit. It was so crazy to me. And here we are a few years later, and I was able to walk away from that typing job, and life's been pretty great ever since. So this has been an amazing opportunity for my family and myself. More importantly, my family, though, because I didn't have to take more time away from the kids to build this business. This was something I was able to do in addition to what I was already doing in a small period of time. You know, I got up a little bit earlier, went to bed a little bit later, or took a break midday. You know, I just did things to get it done. And it wasn't that I was doing these crazy things. It was just doing little tiny things every day that added up to be something so much greater later on. And so for me, this business has saved my life physically, but also it saved our family financially, and it's saved me mentally. I hated what I did before. I used to be locked up in my basement. I used to call it my dungeon. Now it's like my awesome place, because that's where I work out. But I used to call it my dungeon because I would literally be typing from 12 to 20 hours a day. I mean, sometimes I literally would type 24 hours because there were deadlines and things that needed to get done. And so I was miserable. I didn't get to spend time with my kids. I'm not kidding you. When my kids would go, you see all the kids when they go back to school this time of year, and they're all tan and blonde because they've been out in the sun. My kids look like vampires because they had to sit in the house all of the time. And so this has been a whole lifestyle change for my family. Like today, you know, my hair's a little crazy right now because we were spending the day at the beach instead of in the house, not enjoying the weather. So for me, this business has been amazing. And that is a little bit about my story and my journey. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. But we're going to talk about what Beachbody is. Our mission as Beachbody coaches is to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. This goes for everybody in the company. The CEO of the company is like the hugest advocate for this. He is so passionate about doing this and helping people. It is disgustingly awesome. We got to hear him speak at Summit this year. My husband and I and another coach on our team were there last year. And to just hear him speak about the business and how much he believes in this is so amazing. But the company was founded in 1998 by John Cogden and Carl Deichler, who was the CEO that I was just speaking about. It was originally a direct marketing company that wanted to come up with direct and effective solutions for weight loss. And so they had the infomercials on TV, and they sold it directly that way, because I know I had bought things before Beachbody had ever become what it is today. I bought things from a telephone number, you know, years in 2001. I think I got something when my son was a baby, Slim and Six it was. But Beachbody has created so many of the famous programs that you've heard of, from Insanity to P90X to 21 Day Fix is a huge one that everybody raves about now, Size, and Shakeology, of course. The creator of Shakeology, Darren O'Lean, is amazing. He is a huge advocate for the natural health, and he searches all over around the globe for sustainable superfoods to put in Shakeology that heals you from the inside out. And all of the things that are in Shakeology do amazing things for your body. It's really an awesome thing to be a part of. Beachbody has fitness programs for all ability levels. They have created the network of coaches. It's been around for about 7 years now. And this is the peer-to-peer support. So what they found with Beachbody when they originally had set it up is they had a message board on their website, and they saw all these people helping each other. And it was this really great, you know, system for things. And they thought, like, what if we compensated these people who are helping each other? Like, what a great way to, you know, give people rewards for getting healthy, but also for helping each other in the process. And so that is how Team Beachbody came to light. It is a multi-level marketing or a network marketing company, which means that you earn money through direct and team sales. So whenever you know, as a coach, you help somebody with a challenge pack, then you earn a commission off of that. And as you start building a team, you earn money that way as well. And so it's a really great way for people to build a business from home without having to worry about all of the added stress like babysitters or, car situations or whatever your situation is. I know I had a million reasons why I needed this in my life, but to me, network marketing is like one of the best businesses because this is something that you can do on the side. So that's just a little background on Beachbody. So what is a coach? A coach, we're not fitness experts, we're not personal trainers, we're not nutritionists by any means. We don't necessarily have our goal bodies yet. We're normal people. We have flaws. We make mistakes. We are people who want to be healthy. We want to succeed, and we're dedicated to helping others through their process as well. We are always a work in progress. We have motivation and drive, and we drink our Shakeology, and we do our workouts every single day. And that is how we lead by example. There's so many people that get into Beachbody for all different reasons. And I know one of the biggest misconceptions is that you have to have this amazing body. But I'll tell you what, when I first started, I was the picture on the left that you saw earlier. And that is not my ideal body or my goal body. I don't even have it yet. I'm still a work in progress. But because I've shared my journey from the beginning, people have watched the transformation that I've had. And so to me, people that are going through their transformations and don't have the perfect body have the best success in this business because people get to watch your story. People want to hear from normal people that they see every day about what's worked for them with weight loss, not a super fit person that maybe they've never had weight loss issues. There's actually a place for anybody in this business. If you are a personal trainer, this is a great business for you to get into because you have, as a personal trainer, you only get to meet with those people for maybe a half hour a week or an hour a week, depending on what they can afford you for. Being a coach, you can offer them the tools to do things on their own at home. And then you know what they're eating and you're doing this and you're doing that. So this is actually a great place for anybody, but you don't have to be any of those things in order to be a great coach. All you need to do is have a passion to want to help people and build yourself at the same time. So what do Beachbody coaches do? We run challenge groups, we run support groups, we run free groups all the time. We provide motivation for people. Some people do fit clubs, and we, again, lead by example. I have a picture here of a bunch of our coaches on our team, their little before and now pictures. Some of them are even different now from where they were here because some of these pictures are a little bit older. I need to ask for some redos, but that's all we do. We just provide the support and the motivation, and we hope to inspire people during our own process and get people wanting to lead a healthy and fulfilling life for themselves as well. And we do that by running challenge groups, whether they're free or they're paid with, buying a challenge pack or whatever. And we'll talk about that later. But we just give the support and we give them the tools and we walk them through what they need to do in order to succeed with Beachbody programs. Most of the coaches that you will encounter have already been through at least one program themselves, or maybe they're currently doing it. And if they're currently doing it and just started, they have an upline coach that's been in this longer than them, and they have an upline coach that's been in this longer than them. There is support all around everybody. And so if you feel like maybe you can't do this just yet, I promise you can. On our team, we have open challenge groups for everybody. I run my challenge groups typically the third week of every month, and I allow any of my new coaches to invite their potential challengers in the groups. As a coach on our team, we expect everybody to start their first month with 3 to 5 people in the challenge group. And all that is, asking people to join you along the way. I will teach you how to run challenge groups, and we have resources that you can use with challenge group guides that I have updated all of the time. And we supply that motivation for everybody to get their results. So I honestly don't think there's anything better that you can do other than coaching. So how does a challenge group work? Most of the challenge groups are either run on Facebook or there's a new challenge tracker app. And as the coach, you supply the motivation and some education along the way too. And again, you don't have to know everything. We have systems in place for you to just plug into and get into those habits of doing these things. And on our team, it's literally a copy and paste into a thing. And we teach you how to use schedulers so that it's not so hard on you as you get started. Because if you are working a full-time job, I understand that your time can be limited. So we teach you how to do those things in a time-effective manner. But How does it work? You get your challengers in there. Again, on our team, we say 3 to 5 challengers for your first month. Get them in there, and you just support them throughout their process. And how do you find people to join your challenge group? Well, as you're going through your process, people are going to see that you're losing weight or that you're having some progress in other areas, whatever that may be. And so chances are your first couple of customers are going to be your close family and friends, because they're the ones that see you the most. I have some people that even are approached by, their coworkers or people that see them more often than they see what they're doing. So those are usually the people that you get into your challenge groups. And we will show you in our team and throughout our training how you share versus sell on your social media platform. This is something that you can do from home. Your workouts, your business, everything is done from home. So how do we make money? Now, here's the fun stuff everybody likes to talk about, right? So we earn 25% commissions from everything purchased through the site. Now, that is commissions from challenge packs, programs, Shakeology by itself, everything. There are team cycle bonuses that you can earn, matching bonuses, and quarterly star diamond bonuses as you rank advance in your business. As a coach, you also get 25% discounts on all products that are purchased on your end. So that is the money part. Now, you also, as a Beachbody coach, are eligible to receive rewards for helping others achieve their health and fitness goals. This past March, my husband and I were able to go on SS Beachbody. It was fully paid for the cruise part of it. And we were there from the 12th through the 17th. It was a pretty amazing experience. I can't even begin to explain how awesome it was. I was able to, while I was there, because I qualified for some other things, get some pictures with some of the trainers. I have 2 of them here, Autumn Calabrese and Tony Horton, 2 of the more famous ones. And there's also things like leadership retreats. And, our next Success Club trip is in April to Punta Cana. And my trip is already more than 3/4 of the way paid for next year. So it's pretty awesome that you're able to do all of these extra things in addition to earning, some extra money on the side as well. And with the Success Club trips, that is something that is earned. And, as a coach, we'll talk to you more about that. But that's just something to strive for and know that it is available to you if you decide to do the business. So what can you expect from our team, and how are we different from other teams? We have a new coach training academy that we have. It's all on Facebook. So we just plug you in, and it is something that you can do at your own pace. We do weekly team calls, one-on-one calls. We do push to diamond trainings. We have guest speakers on our calls. We have leadership trainings and extra things that we do here or there. We try, if you're local to our area, we try to get together and have fun. I know I teach group fitness classes, and so a lot of our coaches come to my classes, and we have a great time doing that. But more to me, I love to have fun. I am a fun haver. So I like to bring a little bit of energy to everything that I do. And you can see here from our summit picture, just being goofy on the stairs with our size socks that we all got for free. But I do want you to keep in mind that on our team, if you do not want to be a business builder, there is no pressure to sell. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And with Beachbody, there is no minimum quotas. There's nothing of that sort. So you can just be a discount coach, get 25% off of your Beachbody products and Shakeology if that is what you choose to do. But just know that we do have all of these amazing things for you if you decide to be a business builder with the team. So how do you make fitness your business? All you do is you lead by example, share tips, and what has helped you with weight loss so far. And so you can see in my pictures here, I'm always posting my workout pictures. I'm always posting about my Shakeology and what it's done for me. I'm also posting recipes that I find that me and my family really enjoy that are healthy and fit in our meal plans. There's a million different things that you can do to make fitness your business. It's all about crafting things to your personality. And then you just need to figure it out, because I'm sure you see people that are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I don't even know. They're on a million things, right? You don't have to be a master at all of those. just use one that you're familiar with, and then you can worry about that other stuff later. We don't want you to overwhelm yourself with all of this crazy information and all of these things. We just want you to do one. And once you get familiar with that, if you want to move on to something else, you can. If not, that's cool. I primarily use Facebook. I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. This like old lady brain just doesn't want to have it for some reason. So I've built my business through Facebook mostly. And that's all I do is I share tips and tricks, and I show up every single day. So if you think that this is something that you're ready to do, that you've heard all this information, you're like, this is pretty amazing and I want to be a part of this, that is awesome. We would love to have you on the team. So just be aware that there are a few different options for you. The best option would be to sign up with a challenge pack. You get a fitness program, you get Shakeology Home Direct, you get a free 30-day trial of our club membership, which includes a meal planner and also access to our on-demand that has over $2,000 worth of fitness programs and other things on demand, and they're adding more and more all the time. So you get your free coaching and you can save anywhere between $25 to $90. The shipping is only $2 for challenge packs, and it really helps you start your business because not only do you get your Shakeology in a program, which is really what you need to build a business with this, but you also get your coach fee waived. So you don't have to pay anything to sign up. You just get your products and then you can be a coach. It's pretty awesome. You have another option to pay $40 and sign up with Shakeology Home Direct. But that is basically a lot of the challenge packs right now are on sale for $140. So you're kind of just throwing $40 out the window. You can get your challenge pack and get a program too for the same exact price and have that coach fee waived. And if you're a military person yourself, or if your spouse is, you can save money on your monthly coach fees. Only one of you can, not both. So just keep that in mind. Like my husband was in the Marines and he does not have to pay his business fees because of that. And also they allow military veterans to get this monthly coach fee waived, which is why he gets his waived because he's a veteran. He's not active in the service. So it's pretty awesome. And just so that you are aware, there are $1,595 monthly coach fees. And with that fee, you get a few websites, you get a coach online office that takes care of everything for you. It shows you all of your customers. It shows you, your ranking, your coach ID. It really, all of your coaches, as you start to build an organization, it shows you everything that you could possibly need for your business. On top of keeping track of your business stuff, there are also so many additional training tools in your office on top of what we provide for you. So in the next 24 hours, the person that asked you here today is going to follow up with you. They're going to ask you what you liked most about the presentation, if Beachbody feels like it's a fit for you to help you achieve your goals, whether they're fitness or financial, and what option appeals to you the most, coach or customer. So I really want you to think about that over the next, tonight, and because they'll be reaching out to you tomorrow, I'm sure. And really think about all of those things because this really is an amazing business. Anybody can do this. So if you're thinking about it, don't think anymore. There's no better time like the present. And honestly, there's always going to be something that's standing in your way. You just sometimes have to do it if you have a gut feeling about this. I know for me, I had a gut feeling that this was going to be something someday. And I'm working more and more and more towards that every single day. It's helped us out so much already. It's been pretty amazing. And I cannot wait to see what comes from this later on. So all you need to do is pull the trigger. And there's never really going to be a perfect time. So you might as well just take advantage now and talk to your coach. If I am your coach, I am more than willing to chat with you more about your options and what your goals are so that we can establish what's going to work best for you in the long run. But make sure that you talk to the coach that brought you here today so that you can establish whether this is something for you or not. And if it's not, it's okay. We're still here to support you in your health and fitness journey every step of the way. So that is my presentation for you guys. So I'm going to stop screen sharing and I'm going to open this up for questions if anybody has any. And if not, that's okay. We can end the call. So does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. And I really appreciate the time that you took out of your evening to take a look at this. It's been amazing for my family. It's being amazing for our team of coaches. And I really hope to see you guys join the team in the next few days. Our coach training is always open for anybody at any time. But again, there's always going to be something standing in your way. So whatever you can do to make this work, let's make that happen. All right. Good night.